Here's some highlights from the medical mission. The full video will be available this winter. The night that Dave, Becky, and I arrived in Tanzania, we paid for the water filters, which would be distributed to local residents by Dana, Roger, and Ron. After a short night in Arusha, we traveled 270 miles by bus to Dodoma. Of course, this included many bus stops where vendors desperately try to sell you something through the window of the bus while you're still sitting in the seat inside the bus. We were picked up at the bus station in Dodoma by Pastor Etta. The next day, we visited the bishop and we bought cell phones for local health providers, which our medical team would train. The largest monetary unit of Tanzania is 10,000 shillings. In November 2012, its value in American dollars is 6.22. I turned $250 of my money into this pile. We visited Mzagoli, where Dana, Roger, and Ron would be helping out after they arrived. In this region of Tanzania, many baobab trees are seen. The baobab seed has an outer layer which is kind of powdery and tastes a little lemony. However, when it's added to bananas and sugar to make this beverage, it tastes like it has apple in it. The shopping district in downtown Dodoma, the capital city, slightly reminded me of Chinatown in New York City, the way the shops are arranged. After we bought several cases of water, Pastor Daniel took Dave and Becky and me to Kabakwe in the Land Cruiser. We saw this little girl trying to sell carrots. We had 2 flat tires on the way to Kabakwe. At the first church service we went to in Kabakwe, Pastor Dave baptized the 11-month-old daughter of Pastor Alex. Dave and Becky and I visited several schools where Pastor Dave handed out pencils and other supplies donated by students of Bucyrus, Ohio. Many of the classrooms have several dozen students per teacher. One of my favorite things to see was the teacher's lounge at the one school, which has a bougainvillea bush providing a shady area where the teachers can relax. After the medical team arrived in Kabakwe, we had to set up the rooms, put together the dental chair, separate the supplies, and prepare for treatment of the local residents. The original plan for the mission was to go to Lufu, which is on a mountain. Because of problems with a tractor, the plans were changed to Kabakwe. Dave and I climbed Mount Lufu to tell the residents we were here and invited them to follow us back down the mountain and ride a bus back to Kabakwe for medical treatment. 150 residents of Lufu walked the many miles down the mountain to ride the 36 kilometers back to Kabakwe. Each day, the hundreds of patients went through triage and then were treated by one of the 6 doctors, and then most of them were sent to the pharmacy to get medicine. While I was assigned to triage, part of my job was to measure height and weight of children under 17 and to also measure skull circumference of babies under 3. I didn't witness the treatment of many patients, although most of us went through the dental office a lot. I felt privileged to be able to record the removal of a fatty tumor from one man's neck. It was also fascinating for me to see Jean's students put stitches in within minutes of learning from her how to do it. The second day of the clinic was long, and we worked very late. We got to bed about 1 a.m. and up again before 6:30. The third day ended before 11 p.m. At the end of the 4th day, we gave out toys, shoes, toothbrushes, pencils, hats, and presented certificates to the nurses and health promoters who we trained. After receiving their certificates, our new friends sang in Swahili, which we all enjoyed. The medical mission team, who gave so much help to residents of the greater area of Kabakwe and Mzigoli, helped me bring this video to you. Another person who helped the team a lot was Dr. Nasari from Dodoma. And also who helped us a lot was Pastor Daniel from Kongwa and Pastor Alex from Kabakwe. And also I want to give big thanks to Rubina. She was our cook and she did a lot. We saw simple things, ate simple food, used simple toilets, created simple joys, shared simple kindness. We went to Tanzania to give a little of our time, a little of our knowledge, a little of ourselves. But we received so much more.
Tumefika,